Smooth 98.1. Here we are, gone past 6:30, and it is Business Express on Smooth Breakfast. I'm Shopper Martins, and I've got Rotus for you because that's who you know for Business Express. Hi, Rotus. Good morning.
Good morning, Shopper. Good morning to all our listeners and YouTube viewers out there. Good to be with you all to begin another week.
All right, so let me quickly tell you how you can join the conversation. You can go up on youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos, where we are streaming live right now. You can also send your WhatsApp messages in 20809 4440981. And you can go over to, Twitter. Find Rotus at Rotanquote and find us at Smooth981 FM Lagos. So, Rotus, a lot's been happening. Of course, the big news for anywhere really that you're at is that of what happened in Ondo and in local area of Ondo at St. Francis Catholic Church. So, we're going to be talking about that. Getting into that, just hold on one second. Let me see if I've got things all up. Can you say something for me, please?
Hey, morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, it's perfect.
Okay, great.
Okay, yeah, so we're going to be talking about that. And if we've got a little time, we've got also Nigeria Air and their license. So let's start off with the very sad news, I feel unnecessary news about Ondo, and also the fact of terrorism, which we've talked about on Business Express before, but terrorism and its effects on investment, because at this point, I'm like, who's investing in Nigeria?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really, our hearts, go out to the victims of that terrible attack. Nigeria's insecurity situation continues to be a major problem. And, you think about the impact that it has on perception. President Buhari was in Spain last
week, yeah.
Yeah, and he was in Spain saying that the government of Spain, the people of Spain, investors in Spain should consider Nigeria as an investment destination. He said, look, regardless of the headlines that you're hearing, consider investing in Nigeria. If you are an investor in Barcelona or in Madrid or wherever, and you're looking at where to put your money, and you hear this type of news, you second guess yourself as to whether or not this should be an investment destination for you. And insecurity, it continues to be an issue for this country. There's a quote in an article in The Guardian asking the question, is Nigeria becoming uninvestable for foreigners? And I think it was published either this morning or yesterday or the day before.
Let me not say I feel, but I keep hearing these the gerund ing as in the process of, at what point do we say, okay, have we become, let's put it and say certainly now, right, have we become uninvestable as opposed to are we becoming? Are there still spots where people are like, okay, yeah, let's try and invest?
Well, if you look at the capital importation figures, I think for the first quarter that were released, I think year on year, capital has money flowing into the country. Capital importation is down 17%. Quarter on quarter, comparing it to the last quarter of last year, it's down almost 30%. Only 5 states or 6 brought in any money. Lagos, of course, which was like 71% of all the money. I think Katsina, the FCT, Oshun, and one other state. Ondo wasn't there. So if you look at it, it's a shrinking number of states where most of the money, and frankly, if Lagos State is going to take up 71%, $70 out of every $100 that comes into Nigeria goes to Lagos, can you really say that the nation is investable? And there's a quote in that I think I was written by the editor of The Guardian. I encourage everybody to read it. It says, investment flow is a decreasing function of insecurity. And this is the point those who have warned about the long-term consequences of escalating insecurity have emphasized. And it's, they continue to point to northern Nigeria. This is something that has occurred in southern Nigeria. Look at, this is southwest Nigeria now. Unfortunately, what happened in Owo. Look at the southeast, the sit-at-home declarations that are being made by, individuals and individuals in the Southeast. You look at what's the new government
affecting the people that we think of really. When we think trader, isn't it the Southeast we look at?
Of course, yeah. So
that has had such a huge impact, because I remember actually reading. Sorry, we're just to cut into.
Yeah, go ahead.
I remember reading from a trader was sharing his story. It was like, when they first issued the sit-at-home order, we thought it can't happen because we're traders. We make money. We can't just be sitting at home. Only for them to, how long has it been now?
Exactly. It's been quite a long time, and
huge economic impact.
It's a huge impact, all right, because their revenue is being affected. The people and the businesses they sell to, they can't get any goods from them. And you look at Charles Soludo, the new governor of Anambra State. He is just having issue after issue with respect to insecurity. So look, it's our neighbors. I'm sorry to do this. I know there are some people who don't like when I do this, but I'm sorry. I just came from Ghana a week ago. There is zero news on insecurity and all this type of things that you're hearing, and they're just 45-50 minutes away from us. We have to be able to, if you can, if Nigeria was made the decision to shut down its borders to address smuggling, which was a major thing that pushed up inflation and didn't really work, there has to be a big major move to clamp down on insecurity. Look at what's happening in Kaduna. Kaduna has CAD Invest. CAD Invest, I think, is in its 6th year. I think it's going to go into its 7th year this year, where Governor El Rufai has been trying to bring investment into Kaduna State. For a time, early it was working. I mean, there's still money that's true. I think they said they brought in $1 billion or $2 billion last year. But when you just hear about the incessant attacks, children getting kidnapped in Kaduna, that's going to impact any investor who is thinking about attending CAD Invest to bring money in there. So whatever region you turn to, this is not a northern thing anymore. No one should be saying that this is just something that occurs up north. This is occurring in every region. And I don't know, maybe elections are tied to it because we're in election season now. And, that maybe is the emphasis. But, again, it is just not a problem. And you have to think about our turnout for elections and how low they are. They are low because there's violence. And these people are terrorized into not voting. Ballot boxes are snatched. Again, I'm sorry, I bring up Ghana. I think their turnout at their last election was it 60% or was it even 70 or 80? I have people who covered their last elections there. Watch Kenya. Kenya elections are in August. I think Kenya might have a turnout issue as well, but I think it may still be higher than Nigeria. So, Lagos State, there are 6 million registered voters in Lagos State. Only 900,000 voted in the last election for governor in Lagos State. So it's a low turnout issue. It's because of the safety issues. Safety issues are not only impacting elections, they're impacting investment. And I don't know how this gets any better. And you're not even hearing these types of things from our aspirants who are running for office. We should be asking them, how do you plan on turning this around? So it's a big issue.
It's not going to be solved in one conversation, but at least we get the ball rolling. Little drops make an ocean.
Yeah.
Okay, so Reuters. Now let's talk about this next bit of news. Nigeria Air is getting its air transport license today, right?
That is correct. There was a tweet from the Federal Ministry of Aviation saying that the ATL, which sounds like Atlanta to me, but ATL air transport license.
Always makes me say Georgia, but okay.
Exactly. So the interim management of Nigeria Air is going to be received today. I think it's at the NC, Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority's corporate headquarters in Abuja. So I think the significance of this is that, well, for anybody who is doubting whether Nigeria Air is going to be a real thing, I guess this tweet from the Ministry of Aviation is supposed to suggest that it's happening. They're getting a license. But this is the easy part. Getting a license from your regulator, this is something, frankly, that has been driven by Hadi Sirika, Minister of Aviation. The government has been driving this. So I don't think it's going to be that hard to get a license. The cocoa, and to use local parlance of the matter, is to be able to get a fleet of planes, to get a route together, the financing for it. That's been hanging in the air now for so long. I think he said that it was second quarter of 2022. Didn't he say that? He said second quarter of 25, quoting him right, that Nigerian Air would, quote unquote, take off. I'll check again. But so far, I think this news is supposed to placate people who say, well, didn't you say they were going to take off first or second quarter of 2022? Now, he says, well, we have a license. We have a license and we're licensed to fly. But there's still a very long way to go as far as this national.
I'm not sure I should say anything about this.
Look,
if you'd like to weigh in, please send your WhatsApp messages in to 0809 444 0981. But Rhodes, is back to you. You were saying.
Yeah, I mean, look, you look at Kenya Airways and the struggles that they have had in terms of profitability. You look at South African airlines, I always get it mixed up, whether it's South Africa Airways or South Africa Airlines. I think it's South Africa Airways. They have also had, I think, the only profitable national carrier on the African continent is it Egypt Air and Ethiopian Airlines. I think those are the only two. It's a struggle, especially when you consider the impact that COVID-19 has had on the aviation sector, where almost every single one of them has around the world have needed bailout. So again, there's a recovery, things are picking up, but is this the right time to launch?
I mean, considering what our airlines on ground are already going through and the back and forth they've had, yes, that would be the question people would ask. Is this the right time? But we've got WhatsApp messages. I want to read some of them. Going back from our first story. So Popsia Leah says, the attack on the church in Ondo State was barbaric and unacceptable, always meant to be peaceful. Ondo State's government shouldn't sweep this under the carpet, but ensure that those involved are apprehended and brought to book. We have Ogeno Chuko saying, he says, our beloved Baba Goslo traveled for the fun of it, period. Deployment of technology would help in solving our insecurity problem. And Benga Akamu says, business cannot thrive in, hold on one second, actually he sent a bunch of messages saying all the travels by our leaders abroad seeking for foreign investments is a futile exercise because of the uncertainty that insecurity brings. Do you know that apart from O, there were attacks in Kwara and Katsina yesterday, so where exactly is safe in Nigeria? Nowhere. The other problem is the fact that our security agencies seem not to be able to stem the tide. How come the unknown gunmen haven't been unmasked? Business cannot thrive in an environment of insecurity despite the push of the government. More important is that nobody is caught to account for these atrocities. I just don't know anymore, says Benga. He says also, we hope Nigeria Air will have a steady supply of aviation fuel. That's all he has to say. And let's see. Okay, Daily Watt says Rhodes is asking if Nigeria is becoming uninvestable when the question should be rather, is Nigeria a livable nation?
Wow, that's good. That's a strong question there. Strong question.
Zicolo says Nigeria is certainly uninvestable and insecurity is a major factor. The reason the few who still invest in Nigeria still do so is because they can easily cut their concerns, dispense a mediocre service and product. We need to do something drastic about this as soon as possible. Well, Zicolo, have a great day yourself. Okay, and there you have it, the messages coming in. And just to end the show, this one in from Gilbert, who says, Gilbert Musak from Festac, who says, historically, Ondo has a record of political violence. In August 1983, people died and property worth millions were destroyed. Okay, Gilbert, thanks for sending that in. Okay, well, there you have it. Those are the messages.
All right.
That came in. So Roses, thank you.
Thank you.
It's a sad, really, it's been a sad morning for all of us. From yesterday, it's just been, I haven't known what to say. So thank you for bringing it in and talking about the economic impact as well. Because when we think about terrorism, we're thinking about the lives lost, but it has so many ripples and so many ramifications. And this is
Indeed,
just
it
one
does.
of them. So thanks for just shining that spotlight on it, Rotus.
Thanks, Shockwave. Thanks.
On Twitter, he's at Rotanquote. Rotus, we'll do this again tomorrow. Sooner or later, we're gonna find news that makes both of us smile. Okay.
Exactly. I'll try and do that.
I know it's tough. This is like a Herculean effort you're doing.
Exactly.
And goodbye.
Thanks, Shopper. Take it easy.
All right, people.